I just hope my firefighting team is ready!
Fat bastard! Yeah, mama.
Crikey. Oh, great. Isn't this magical? One of my wires broke.
Shazam! Fucking bitch.
You under arrest, sugar. Okay, fat bastard. Who's the Japanese cat you
She's a demon worshiper and a witch. Welcome to the Ray Supp channel. Yeah. Let me just place this over here, move this over there, move this shit over here. So I can do this. Anyways, I took Lulu to the park after I took care of a couple things today, but this is fairly her food. I made some, well, this is leftover rice and chicken mixed with some dog food and some gizzards. Some gizzards that I cooked over here. So some of those, it looks kind of greasy, but it's just water and just whatever came out of it. But when you roughly do something like this, so like, let me show you. So that way you don't think it's really nasty. So they're pretty much like sausages in a way. See how it just went away? It's just the water, the way it looks. I made some Mexican rice. Ooh, yeah, I'm getting so good at that. It tastes fucking hella good. I'm going to have that fairly after mixed with that. But right now, I got this little salad here. I got some pretty much fairly bell peppers, tomatoes, lettuce, and spinach. I didn't have anything like topping wise, so what I did was I had some diced tomatoes in a can, and I just mixed some pepper in it, and what else? Oh, I put lemon on top of this too. I put lemon on top of that to give it some more tang flavor. I have some oranges and stuff, some lemons. I pretty much made a 34-ounce lemon and orange juice, you know, like I was juicing it. I already drank all that. I was working out. I was doing like some crunches and some kickouts and shit like that, or butterfly kicks. Because I worked out at the park. I did about 50 pull-ups. I worked out at the gym. Like I was getting it real quick before I had my ride come get me. And then I went to go handle some things in town, running some errands and shit like that. And then when we got back, we took Lulu and dropped us off at the park. Did our thing at the park, met a homie of mine by the name of Paul, and his dog is Buddy, and Buddy is fairly Lulu's boyfriend. They really like each other. The last time I remember they were hanging out, and I happened to turn around, and they were fucking making out. They were all like... I thought it was hella fucking funny that they were making out. But you can see my progress there. Like, I'm fairly getting really fucking built here. Like I said, I was doing 90 pull-ups a day, so I'm doing, 10, and then I'll hold, and then I'll hold, and then I'll hold, and then I'll hold, and then I'll hold all the way in extension, drop to the floor, because it's like, the bars, they go like this, right? Each bar looks like a rectangle. Jump on that one, 10, right? Drop to the next, go to the next one, 10. So I was fairly doing that every day. Today I was just, I don't know, I was just worn out, tired. I woke up in the middle of the night. I was putting in some other applications, trying to see what other jobs are available for, pretty much like a second job type thing. And then, what was it? Oh, so I was just like up hella early. Like, I went to bed maybe roughly around 9 o'clock. I don't know. I was fucking tired. I ended up crashing out. And then, because I fairly get up really early, and I'll be getting it all week, working out, nonstop, whatever, right? So, today I was feeling kind of like drained, but when I think about it, I wasn't drinking any water. So, like, usually when I get up, I drink a lot of water, or even the night before, so I was pretty much dry, a little tired and stuff. Had to wait for this to cool down. Mama! Lulu! Here, Mama. Eat your food, eat your food. Yeah, you want to eat next to Daddy? Here. Here. I don't know why she always walks up to it like, is it poisoned? I don't fucking get her sometimes, man. You're not hungry, mama? Then don't eat. You're not gonna eat. You're not gonna eat my salad either. This is mine. No. Just go eat. Go eat your food. Go eat your food. Man, she eats better than any other fucking dog I know. But anyways, yeah, so that's basically her food. That's mainly the mix of whatever I gave her. I haven't gave her anything different lately than that. That's actually a little different than most cases, because most of the time I'll just boil up breast chicken, and then I'll give her the water or the rice mix with it, like shred it up, and that will last a good minute. And then I've been working the new dog food to her real slowly. And I was noticing the way she was pooping and stuff like that, even though you don't want to hear that, but you have to keep an eye on like how you're giving them new food, you know? So for me personally, let me just go over here, because this is just too much in here, I feel like. and then when I'm out of the way, she pretty much will eat on her own and shit. So for me, I feel personally like, because before it was always chicken and carrot, but now that she's got a little bit more options and stuff, so like I just give her pretty much fairly just some chicken and rice, and I like to just give her that because it stretches more. And then sometimes I'll mix it with the dog food, because like when she smells that, she is enticed more. But the minute she starts eating the chicken, she knows like, oh shit, okay, yeah, and she'll grub up on it. But I had got those gizzards like last week. I had stuck them in the freezer. I kind of forgot about them. My mom had gave me them when we were at Walmart and stuff. So she's like, hey, you want these? She's like, I give them to the dogs, because most of the time she makes her own little foods for the dogs, and they don't eat a lot. They're real little. She'll mix vegetables and some of the food and combine stuff like that. Mainly for my dog, like I said, I like her to eat as natural as possible. That's like naturally for their biological system. Now, there's a lot of people that talk about certain dog foods, you know what I mean? Like Chewy and this and that. Like it's high end, food base, whatever, that they put the nutrition in, and it comes from the product of the warehouse and this and that. That's just a lot of shit, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I get it. Maybe it's fairly somewhat, you know, good for them, but it's fucking expensive. You know what I mean? It's cheaper just to get fucking chicken or steak, but steak is fairly high now. Every now and then, like, I don't like to give her to it too often, but like if you get one of those like those beef things with the wrap around it, I don't know what they're called. It's just like the ground beef bullshit. Sometimes I'll give her like the turkey kind, because like my mom will grab it. It's like the Jimmy Dean or whatever it is called. I don't normally buy that shit, but I actually left those two things like in my mom's car. I left them in there, so she's like, "Oh, I'll throw them in the freezer." I was gonna crush that up and add it with the rice. That way, it was more like condensed. And then that way she gets more food in her, you know, because she's been hungry more lately. But I think it's just mainly just because of the conditioning. We do a lot of conditioning and working out. So, like, you got to think about it. We walk a good mile or a mile and a half to the park, and then we do our thing over there in the tennis area. You know, like, I'll box with her, or I'll throw the tire, and then I'll hit the gate, and then I'll do my little workout, my knuckle push-ups, my finger push-ups, you know. Fairly good. Been getting real good at that. You know, I've been slimming out a lot more, as you could see. And I love it. I like doing it. It makes me feel good. Today I was like, wow, I was noticing I was getting tired. But then I also had a Red Bull. So that fucks with your cardiovascular. On the way back, or when was I chewing on that? I think it was, when did I eat the fucking apple? I ate a green apple earlier or whatever. I don't remember. I have a brain fart too many times out of my fucking shit. But, yeah, so then after we did our thing, at first when we got there, she saw her little boyfriend. So after she saw her little boyfriend, they played, and she was like, ah, and I was like, oh shit, are they fighting? You know? And he's like, nah, they're good. And they were just playing, but when I heard her growl, I was like, that's the first time I ever heard her growl, but she likes him a lot. And I told that fool, when she hits a certain year or a certain time, depending on the situation, I was like, get them to fuck. Get her pregnant, you know? But honestly, I want to do that when I'm out in another location other than the apartment, because it'd be too many puppies and stuff like that. But down the line, oh, that was weird. My ear's ringing. That was real weird. But down the line, like I said, for that and particularly, it would be cool. Like let's say we're working off a farm out there in the mountains or whatever. Because I heard somewhere out down that way, like past Kingman and all that, they have farms and cattle and shit like that. I don't know if that's true. I gotta look into it. But somebody told me, a friend of mine, I think his name's Christian, he said that they got farming out there, and since she's a blue healer, she can run the cattle. So she could fairly work throughout the day, wear herself out. She just loves to just, get her energy out. And then I could work on the farm. I know that farmers, from what I was told or what I was doing the research before, I don't know if it depends on the state, but they fairly make pretty fucking good ass money, you know what I mean? And then it keeps you in shape, like if you're using those hooks. I've seen that. There was this guy that was fighting with the UFC, but also like while he's not in the cage and doing all that training shit, he was farming, and he was like a country boy, he was a cowboy kind of fucking dude, all buff, lifting logs, and he would get those hooks, and the hooks are mainly for the hay, and they pick them up and throw them. It's a lot of physical work. To me, I think that's cool. It'll keep me in shape, you know what I mean? I wouldn't have to like really work out so much because my job would be the workout, but if I add in my workouts with the job, oh man, my shit would just be like woof, But I get it in over here at the gym. Like I said, I get it over here, and then when I'm at the park, I do my little jumping up and down, and all this movement and workout and shit, it's what's been shaping up me right here fairly really well, And then when I get home, like I did like about 8,000, or not 8,000. Sorry, that's way too high. I did about 800 crunches with the bender ball, and then when I had the bender ball behind my head, I did 800 of those. So I did like three. I did three fairly, the crunches. Then I would stop and then do another 200. And then with the kickouts, I call them kickouts instead of butterfly kicks. That sounds kind of gay anyway, but I did the kickouts and then another 2, and then you just add in like 3 more, right? So it's not really that much. People will be like, damn, that's a lot. But if you're like back to back with shit, or you've been doing it for a while, it ain't really shit. It's just little motions, little crunches, you know what I mean? And that's what gets me the foundation here. I want to start adding in the side crunches. I've been fairly forgetting certain other workouts, like 2 or 3 to add in. But like I said, we go back to back every day with the workouts. So she was a little more tired too, I could tell. Like we were both tired. I was like, you ready to go, mama? I'm like, let's get the fuck out of here. I forgot the tire. But it's a good thing because she already had got worn out by Buddy, which is the dog that she likes. And my homie's name is Paul. So she got worn out by him because he's fairly bigger than her. He's really, really lean. Like I pet him, he's like right up here. He's got real long legs. Cute. Good looking dog, man. Really good looking dog. They're both young. She's maybe fairly younger. But anyways, what was I saying? So she got worn out by that. And then I just got worn out just because, I didn't sleep so much. Like I was up in the middle of the night, and then I probably slept like about so many hours. And then when I woke up early this morning, I was doing all these little research and studies and stuff like that. And then I had peeped out a video. And then after the video, that's when I was like, fuck, I'm fucking tired. So I set my alarm for like roughly 9 something. So I slept like about 1 hour and 45 minutes. After that, I was ready to go. But then I started to decline fairly after at the park, after I was hitting the cage a little bit and shit. And then I was boxing with her just a tad. So like I said, it was good I didn't take the tire because it would have wore her out even more. Because on the way back, I still had good energy to mob it. And then, when I'm looking forward, I'm not paying attention because, like, most of the time I'll have her real close to me. But if I'm looking at my phone, I'll start to feel a drag back here, right? And I can feel the leash going this way. So she's really, like, just trying to fucking... And it's funny because usually she wants to be ahead of me and fucking tug or pull or whatever. But this nigga's like... like I'm fucking tired, I know she's tired. I'm like, come on, mama, speed it up. And then eventually something told me like, hey, just lean down, let her chill for a minute. So I leaned down, I was like, you okay? She's like looking up at the road, watching the cars. So she's resting. So then I gave her a little bit of my energy because I started rubbing her, and then I got real close to her and I was like, And I noticed like when you give good vibes to either your friend or your mom, your brother, your sister, your cousin, your aunt, or whoever the fuck your dad, if you have a dad, or whoever, even your lover, right? Like when you're ooh and you get in there, you're actually exchanging up that energy. So I started like giving her some of my energy, and then when I got her enough to where she's like, then she started really getting there, And then we started pushing more, And then I noticed she had a lot more energy. And then she knows what I'm talking about. I don't know how she knows, but even when we got to the park too, that's another thing. When we first got up there, we were on the top of the green hill, and they were way the fuck over there. And one of them barked or did something, and she's like, and she was like tugging. She knew who it was. She already knew. I don't know how they can sense that fucking far away. But if they can hear an earthquake from like a mile to 5 miles away, that's what I heard. They can hear it before it comes. They have real keyed on senses. So I wouldn't doubt that she just knew that he was over there. And that's why she was pulling so hard. But I just seen people, and I was like, oh, maybe we'll go down there. And I seen a brown dog, a light brown dog. I'm like, she's not going to have fun with that fool. I could tell by just looking at him, I'm like, he's old. But then I seen my homie, and I was like, oh, shit, hi, you know. But anyways, get back to what I was trying to say a minute ago. So like I was saying, how she knows what I'm telling her is because when we're coming home, you can make a first right, or if you pass that right, you go up more and make a right. Down that way, there's the mailbox. So that's when I was like, you want to go check the mail, mama? Huh? I was like, you want to go check the mail? Let's go check the mail. But she was way ahead of me, right? I was just it's about 6 feet long. And she kind of just veered off, and you can see her tongue hanging out. She's kind of happy, you know. She's like, all right, yeah. And we started going towards the mail. And I was like, holy fucking shit, she knows what I'm talking about. And even just a little while ago, I was going to the bathroom, doing my thing. She followed me, and she's like, staring at me. And I'm like, fool, can you not stare at me when I'm on the toilet? I told her, it's impolite to stare, Lulu. I was like, go over there, right? And then I grabbed the towel that's on the side, and I fucking flinged it at her, and she's like, she thought it was like playtime. And I was like, nah, nigga, no. I was like, look, you're staring, you're making me feel fucking uncomfortable. I was like, if you want to stay, get away from the door. I was like, get on the bed and look the other way. And she kind of like actually was like, meh. She turned, she actually got on the bed, and she looked at me, and then she looked, and she went, and was like looking at the closet, like looking at this closet, like not in here, but you get what I mean, in the other room. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, how does she fucking know? I don't know, but they know, they seem to know. It could probably just be like, maybe they don't know the English words like we do when we exchange, like, oh yeah, you know, what did that fool say? Oh, he said that? Oh, okay, well yeah, fuck that fool, right? Like, we know what we're talking about, or whatever, right? But with them, maybe it's just the energy that comes out. Like, hey, you know, go. And they're like, oh, and they just kind of sense it. Or maybe they do, I don't know. Because even, like, I mean, think about it, right? Like, if you're in Germany, they're going to speak nothing but German. Like, you're not going to understand it, but they'll be like, whatever the fuck in their language. And then the dog goes and does what it's saying. So maybe they do, I don't know. A doctor can't, or anyone, even a vet, they can't fucking sit there and tell you, oh, well, let me see the ear, and oh yeah, there's English language in there. They can't fucking tell. Ain't nobody can tell. But all you can do is go off of your instinct. Like, oh, I told her to go get whatever, and then went and go get it. You know what I mean? So I think they do know. You know what I mean? They do know, or they pick up on the language. Because I mean, think about it. I mean, we only know English. Some of you all know Spanish, right? Ain't nothing new. It's everywhere, written everywhere now. But I mean, there's Chinese, Japanese. Like Jamaicans, you know, Canadians, like I said, Germans, Russians, you know, there's Nederlands, you know, Dutch, fucking, French, you know, just from all over the world. Like, they all speak their own language, and the dogs know. They all have dogs and cats and shit like that. So that's just the trippy shit to me, you know. It just trips me out, and it makes me wonder what other animals know other than just dogs. I'm sure cats, you know, maybe even birds. Like, if you ever have one of those talking birds where you're like, hey, F and this and that, and the bird will repeat it, and you're like, oh crap, you know. But those things will rat you out, you know. Like, if somebody came to your house and you only knew that that one particular person would speak like that, and you didn't know that they were there till the bird spoke up, and then you're like, oh, Jimmy was over here, huh? And the wife's like, no, and you caught her cheating because the bird ratted her out. That's just a joke. But anyways, yeah, so that's, like I said, I've been getting those, like you know, for the pull-ups. I mean, it's not that big and all that, but, I mean, fairly, like my cuts and all that, like, I feel fucking strong. Like, and then there was, like, this big old rock that's, like, right there where I do the pull-ups. I grabbed it, and I was able to pick it up, and I was like, oh, shit, and I fucking dropped it. So I'm going to keep building in the strength, because I was told that like pull-ups are like really, really good for your back, anti-aging, certain processes, like especially when you do the dips with the knees. So I'm just gonna keep working at it. And then there's that bench that I worked on. I don't know if you guys seen that video. It's like stone. Now eventually I want to see if I can budge that shit or move it or kind of, you know. So I'm just gonna keep building in my foundation and my strength. And then I'm noticing too, because like I had some drinks a while back or whatever, you know, and my recovery time's real quick, right? Like it only took me a day. Like I was recovering on that day, and before I knew it, I was doing push-ups the next day. I was really like doing my crunches, and like I was wide awake. And I was like, wow. So I know that fairly in here, from the exercising and the conditioning and the eating really healthy, this is really coming along. So eventually at some point in time, it's going to fully heal. And then my after it heals, like and it seals up, I'm gonna get better complexion in my skin. It's gonna start generating better my face, my beard, my mustache, and then eventually this will start thickening up. This might take some time because I did notice like some people that actually do fix their gut, and they like let's say they had some bad lining here, or if something was giving away right here, they'll start to thicken up. It'll take some time, just like the vegetable police kid. When he fixed his ulcerative colitis, right, by eating fruit and fasting and all that shit, it took him a long time. But once he did, there was parts of his hair here that wasn't thickening up, but he would use certain products. Me, I'll just use coconut oil. I can either use coconut oil or I can use castor oil, and that's supposed to be really good. So I don't know if people really kind of know about that, but of course you don't, because if you're young or older, some people are older and they have really fucking nice hair. Some people are younger and they just have phenomenally looking hair. So if they have really good hair and their gut is not jacked up, you know, because they eat in moderation, or their lining is just real strong, because biologically you can be really strong in your gut than most people. Because I know certain individuals, they just do liquor all day long, they do sugar drinks, and nothing happens with their gut. Like maybe it's just magically healing. Hey, stop it. You saw me. Just barking out there. Should just be barking right here. So, anyways, I'm going to cut the video. Hey! Cut it out! I'm going to have to fucking whip her ass. But, yeah, so basically, like, people like that, they don't got to worry about their hair. And I mean, this one girl I knew, her name was Danielle, she had opened up her hair a little bit, and she was getting a bald spot right there. But that might have been some small something there that was not generating, or maybe she was picking at it too much, and then something happened there. But I'm sure it really grew back. Hold on one second, because she's really fucking... I hate that when she starts barking. Get your ass inside. They're just fucking kids. Just because you're not getting attention, you better cut that out. We're not the only ones that live here. See, that's why you're not privileged anymore to go out there.
One of us has to go on the other one's shoulder.
Yeah, my bad. You know, there was this dude. I'm not going to say it. I don't even know his name. Come on. Get in here. Little brat. I don't know his name or anything. But when I was chilling with my homie, I had seen that dude with his pit bull. And I guess he had noticed my friend. He was leaving. And he noticed the dog. I don't know if it was the other day before or what. Something happened where he seen him like smacking his dog around, or I don't know. That's what I heard that dude said. But it was funny because he's like, yeah, well, you know, because he's got his dog. Because I said, hey, how's it going? I was passing by. And then he made a comment about my friend, right? Like, I mean, we're acquaintances. We're not friends yet, you know, but he seems real cool to me. He's chill. He reminds me of some of my brother's friends from back home. And, okay, however he disciplines his dog, that's his business. That ain't mine, right? Because I remember him going to grab him to tame him or say whatever he was going to say. I just turn my back like, that's your thing, right? So, like, for instance, like if she's making me mad and I go, hey, and I spank her in the butt, someone's going to be like, right? That's my discipline. Or sometimes I'll snap her on her beak. Okay, that's my thing. That's none of your business. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to say that like that to everybody. Hey, like this and that. No, that's not your business, right? I can understand. Hey, dogs are dogs, dude. You know what I mean? If your dog gets loose and it bites somebody, you can't sit over here and be like, oh, well, that's not the right way to discipline. And you know what I mean? Everybody has their opinions. Keep your opinion to yourself. Or like, you know what I mean? Like, to me, I just didn't understand it because he's like, oh, well, that's not really how you're supposed to discipline your dog. Like, Okay? Like, what does that got to do with anything? I just said hi and I was walking. But the thing that trips me out is that you just saw me affiliating with him. Like, you don't know if we're brothers or best friends or cousins, you know? And then you make a remark. You know what I mean? Like, of course I'm not going to tell him. But, I mean, to me, it's like, so the fuck what, bro? Like, that's your method. Like, you do you, let us do our thing. You know what I mean? Like, with me, like, if somebody comes by and they see me going like this with my dog and I got gloves on and she's going, ah, ah, okay, we're training, right? Like, we're doing our own personal training. She knows that because when she bites down on my glove, I'll let her bite. Sometimes, like today, she caught my fingers and she started to go, ah. And I was like, hey, 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 hey. I was like, you got my fucking fingers full. And she's like, and she kind of opened up, right? In the beginning, like I said, when I was first training her, she didn't know what we were doing. She's like, oh, we're really fighting, right? And she would fucking bite. Like, she bit through my sweater and cut me open, right? Ain't nobody saying anything about that. Like, oh, your dog bit you. Oh, you gotta punish it. You know what I mean? Nowadays, like I said, that's the shit, like with the LGBTQ, the gay this, the this and that, the blah, blah. And they're like, oh, well, you know, you're racist. It's a bunch of dumb shit. Like, you know, I had gay friends. Even one of my friends that was gay, he fucking died. I think he committed suicide. God rest his soul. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, back then, there was none of that judging shit. Nowadays, they put it all into these like little categories and this and that, and then they just segregate everything, right? So to me, it's kind of like, okay, you can state your opinion, but, you know, why do you have to really say anything, though? You know, and that's not like to fight or be whatever. I could have been like, hey, bro, you know, that's just him. Like, let him do his thing. You do your thing with your dog. Maybe that would have made him mad, or maybe it would have started an argument. That's why I just kind of shine shit on, like, whatever, right? Because it's like, you don't know that's the situation. Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, for instance, like when I was out there, I told it before in another video, when I was out there with my puppy, right? And she was running along the fence with those pit bulls. They're all family. They all live together, right? Now, the dog was running and getting excited and getting it. And the other pit bull either got jealous or was pissed off because it couldn't keep up. And it was a fatter female. She fucking bit her. And it cut her wide open. Okay, what? There's no requirement of discipline in that, right? That's what I'm saying. Dogs can be fucking dangerous. You know what I mean? So it's like, sometimes if you don't put them in line or put them in check, they're going to check you. You know what I mean? Like, like I said, like, they're wild. You have to tame them. That's why they say, like, put them on a leash, tame them up. If everything was simple in the world, we wouldn't be having these little tactics, like, to chain them up. Or for me to have to get her, like, a control collar. Some fools, they have an electric thing, you know, beep, beep, beep. And the dog's like, oh, shit. Because it knows it's going to get electrocuted. Like, not hardcore, like, you know, not like the cops tase you. That's a whole fucking different story. But there's like a shock collar, right? Like, some people don't approve of it, some people do, but that's what I'm saying. You never really know what you're getting with all that. I think just personally, if you believe in something, just do your own thing. You know what I mean? Because if it became like really hardcore religious, you know, because some people don't believe in that. Some people get offended about it. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. People just need to be more open-minded to be like, I wonder why this and that. Or you can communicate and be like, hey, you know, don't you think that's being a little too mean? Or, you know what I mean? Just communication is just, I think is just key. For me, personally. Mama? You might get on my nerves, but I feed you, I love you, I check you out. You're like, yeah, right, I'm gonna bite you one of these days. She's already bit me so many times. But see, I don't like get all crazy or anything. Sometimes I have to sit there and be like, and then approach her where she's like, oh shit, right? But I'm letting her know, like, you bit me, fool. Because, I mean, realistically, right, these are considered weapons, right? Like, when it comes to a human, this is a weapon, right? These are weapons. And, like, even, like, in armed forces, right? If you know all these tactics, you're considered a lethal weapon, right? It's no different from a dog. They open their mouth, that's a weapon, right? Those are, like, but teeth, it's no different from a knife. But once they puncture you, you're bleeding out. They get a hold of that. Some of them get bloodthirsty, right? Not all of them. Some of them do. Some of them do. And when they do, you got to put them down, right? So to me, that's what you're dealing with if they're getting out of line or they're getting crazy. And once they know that, it depends on their personality. If they know that they can punk you, they'll really fucking jack you up. You know what I mean? But to me personally, I don't trust pit bulls or Rottweilers, like, to have one. Like, some people can actually get along with them and all that stuff. but they'll turn on you. So many times, I mean, I just witnessed it myself. I turned on the dog because it was running, right? Like, and then it was laying there like nothing was going on. And the girl was all mad, pulling on the leash. Ah, you're fucking bad. I'm gonna put you in the kennel all day. That's crazy though, right? Like, you're gonna go in the kennel all day, but the dog's cut open. You know what I mean? Like, what if that happened to you? Like, I would just take it to the pound. Like, oh, sorry. You know what I mean? That shit. I don't know. I mean, sometimes some people can have more compassion, but like if your dog was like, let's say not their dog, but let's just say someone's dog started killing every other dog, nigga, take that to the pound. Like, get rid of them. You know what I mean? Like, there's something wrong with them. You know, like you can't just think like, oh, okay, well, a little spank on the butt. Like, no, those things are really bad because that's no different from like us, right? You pick up a gun. And you got mad, you were at a bar, and boom, you took a life, right? You get in trouble for that. It's no different, you know what I mean? Like cats too. Cats can get real violent. I've seen they trip out like on cameras and stuff, and this guy was talking with the cat, and it wrapped around his leg and started biting. And he was like 160 something pounds, and he's like, ah, and took his ass down, like literally made him, because they claw up, Imagine a tiger or a lion, you're fucked. One rip, take out your whole chest, or go deep enough to where, it got stuck there. But anyways, that's the video. I didn't intend for it to go that long, but I have my stories. It was just pretty much to show you her food and the salad, and all this just came pouring out. I haven't done this in a while, right? You like that shit? Y'all niggas try to take me out. Y'all trying to shut me out. You can't. Anyways, you guys have a good one. God bless you guys. And stay safe. And have a good day. And I hope you enjoy the video. Like and subscribe. Peace out.